award-winning software engineer. Also, you built Njorku, which was Africa's first job search engine, and you became named in Forbes.
After GCA level, most of my friends are coming to Buyam, so I said, let me just come to Buyam. But I knew that I would not go to University of Buyam. When they go to school, I'll go to the cyber. They thought I was going crazy.
What do you think are those core principles that make you successful in your business?
Everything I do centered around my ability to identify, recruit, mentor, and manage talent.
Let's say that I'm brand new, I'm trying to start up in tech. What would you say should be my starting point?
Your starting point should be introspection. You need to look at what you have so that you can use it to get what you need. Were you good with math? Were you good with literature, physics, chemistry? Based on what you're good at, you will now be able to know which career path in tech will come easy to you.
If the government or authorities came to you and said, Churchill, what would be your recommendation for us to continue to boost the tech system in Cameroon? What would your answer be?
Number one, give them the infrastructure, electricity. Number two, give them infrastructure, high-speed internet, affordable internet. I don't know how you want to do it, but figure it out. Then finally, transfer skills to them so that they can use those skills. They can get into agriculture with the skills, whatever they want to do.
What's the story behind Buyam?
Buyam means buy it now. So go Buyam. Buyam for market, Buyam for quarter. We have 6,000 registered shops. This is Buyam only. We have approved 1,500 of these shops. We are constantly approving. We have 100,000 consumers that buy at least something every month.
What's up, my smart friend? Before you jump straight into this episode, there are 3 boxes I'd love you to check while you watch. First things first, please make sure to hit the subscribe or the follow button down below, because the more we grow, the bigger guests we can approach on this platform and the more value we can bring to you here on the podcast. Second, a lot of friends always reach out to me and say something like, hey, Arrey, I really did enjoy this particular segment of this episode. What I want you to do, if you get to a point like that, pick up your phone and send this to a friend and say, hey, check this out between 10 to 15 minutes. There's something very important I'd love you to see. Number 3, please make sure to check out the links in the description for very helpful resources. You're going to find the link to join the Smart Club, which is my private mentorship club for friends who want to learn and master a high-income digital marketing skill. Whether your goal is to build your personal brand, become a freelancer, or get a job in digital marketing, the Smart Club is going to be the right place for you. Also, you're going to find the link to join our 21,000 Smart Friends on email, where you're going to receive an email from me once every week. Plus, down below, you're also going to see links to connect with the guest. So please make sure you tick those 3 boxes and enjoy the rest of this episode.
I wanted us to circle a bit back to the start of your journey. So some of the things I read about you, for sure, you talked about starting your first company, which was AfroVisioN, which is where you all started. From AfroVisioN to Njorku and then to Buyam. What would you say are the businesses you're working on right now?
Most of my time is spent on Buyam because it's a new project and it needs a lot of time. 60 to 70% of my time is on Buyam because it's a new thing. We're trying to get into the market and it's innovation. We're trying to build something that's not been built before in our context. So there's a lot of research and development. There's a lot of investments to be done. There's a lot of convincing to be done. And the other time I spend on AfroVisioN Group, my consulting business. But what we have just streamlined it is pretty straightforward. We have about 20 engineers. We staff them to companies in Europe and US, and it's a piece of cake. So all I have to do there is attend meetings, review work, review what people are doing, and see if I can recruit more people. But it's a basic business now. It's stable. It's profitable. So all we do is we get engineers. They work for our remote clients. The clients pay us. We pay the engineers and we make a profit. That's it.
What pushed you into tech?
Yeah, it's I got into tech like it's an accident. It was not planned. A year before I got into tech, if you had asked me what I'll be doing, I wouldn't have told you I'll be in tech. So after A levels, after GCA levels and getting all the A grades, most of my friends are coming to Buyam. So I said, let me just come to Buyam. But I knew that I would not go to University of Buyam, never. And I will not go to any school. Why? Because I saw a lot of people ahead of me that were smarter than me go to UB and get frustrated. And no one that after studying biochemistry or for like 3 years, he switched and studied something else or physics or so. And he spent years before he found out that he would be better off in IT and then got into IT. And before that, I used to see a lot of people get into UB and then they'll leave UB doing the kind of sciences I love doing, physics, maths, chemistry. And after that, they will go and teach in secondary schools. That was the trend back then. So I was like, no, rather than me go through the same trend, I know the outcome. And I don't have the money to fall bush after studies. So why don't I spend a year at home, figure out what I'll do in my life? At the same time, let me just come to Buyam and be with my friends. So I came to Buyam, hanging out with my friends, when they go to school, I'll go to the cyber. That's what happened. They go to school, I go to the cyber. I had nothing doing so. I'll sit in the cyber and started asking myself, wait a minute, how did they build this Yahoo website? There was Yahoo
Right.
Mail, there was Yahoo Search, there was Yahoo Messenger. How did they build this? How did they build that? There, I started researching. And then I discovered HTML, I discovered CSS, I discovered JavaScript,
Mm.
I discovered
Wow.
PHP, I discovered Java. Then I started teaching myself now. While my friends were in school, I was teaching myself how to build web. Then it was just websites and web applications.
Yeah.
And then later, software. It took me a couple, like 9 to 18 months to really master this because I was teaching myself.
Mm.
But that's how I started. And after that, people started meeting me to build websites for them. So somebody would come, that I build them a website. I was okay, give me 5,000, I build a website. So I was making, I mean,
5,000.
yes, I was 18 years old, and you give me 5,000, 2 days, I build a website. 18-year-old kid in molecule making 5K in 2 days. It was kind of cool. And also after this, because I was close to Trust Tech hired me after the first year. Because the goal was I spent a year at home just going to cyber and all that, figuring out what I'll do in my life. And after the year, I will now go back to school. But
Mm.
after that year, Trusted rather gave me a job to start teaching web design, web development, computer repairs. So that is how there was no more school for me. I started teaching, making 45K a month. On the side, I'll be doing websites and software solutions for people making like anything between 5K and 50K. Some of
Mm.
them, I think my biggest client then paid me 80K for a project. Yeah. So I taught him Trusted for 2 years while doing this on the side. And then I realized, you know what? Rather than doing this, I could do better. First, I got a job in Douala. They offered me 250,000 a month. This was 2006. So I came
Mm.
back to Buya to prepare and go, and I went to see one of my clients who was also my mentor. I told him, I'm leaving Buya. I'm going to Douala to do a job, 250K a month. He said, wait, Church, what are you doing? In Douala, 250K is like less than 100,000 for you in Buya. In Douala, first of all, your health, the stress there, the water,
Mhm.
why would you want to leave Buya and go to Douala when you can just be here and be creating jobs for other people? I'm like, what do you mean? So, but church, you can start a business. I'm like, I don't even know. He said, yeah, I'm a businessman. I'm advising to start a business. That's how I didn't
Mm.
take the job in Douala. And I decided to start my consulting business. So it was all by accident. And it was all my curiosity. I wanted to build websites. I wanted to build software. And then later people knew I could do it and they started paying me. And then other people encouraged me to just start a business. Then I had to
Mm.
learn now how to run a business from 2006.
What was the reaction of your family around that when you go? Because at the time, tech is new, right? I remember when
Yeah.
I started off blogging, and I remember the first time my mom came to Boya and saw me walk overnight. Jeez, she's like, "This is what you guys do here. You sit down all night and you're just pressing that thing and this is it." Then before
Yeah.
she realized this, it led from one thing to blogging to marketing to me building other things, and then before she realizes I take an overseas trip. I'm back. I'm taking flights. I'm doing this. And then she goes, "Oh, there's something there," because it starts to pay off. Now you can also at least have the learning, like, give a helping hand when there's something in the family. What was family's reaction around the time when you started tech?
First, when I said I'm not going to university, they thought I was going crazy. And I mean, how do you get a straight A kid and says he's not going to university? Even my friends, my classmates thought I was crazy. But I had a vision. I always had this philosophy. You need to figure out the resources you have and use those resources, make the most out of those resources to get the best for yourself. So it's about what you have. Make the most from what you have and get the best out of it. Not about what you want to have. Yeah. I knew that I could not fall bush. I knew that if I go to university, I'll end up teaching. When family noticed I didn't want to go to university, they were more like, oh, okay, something's, they were concerned. So definitely it's going crazy. All these math people, they go crazy sometimes. Yeah, people that like maths and further maths, they always used to go crazy. And yeah, so they thought I was going crazy. But when I started making money from websites, they realized I wasn't crazy. So, but then after that, I got a job with Trust Tech. They were like, okay, fine, you have a job, you're making money. So they were happy. And then when I later said I'm quitting the job with Trust Tech to start my own company, they said, oh my God, here we go again. He's going crazy again. So, but over time, once they started seeing money and I could support the family, they knew I was not crazy. They just knew I was just doing something different. And that was it. Yeah. But they didn't understand what I was doing. So it was clear that, even if my son does something I don't understand, I mean, I'll keep an open mind, but I'll be worried. Like, am I sure?
Yeah.
What is up to it? Is he losing his mind or something? Yeah. So family, but my mom was very supportive. My mom, when I told her I'm not going to school, I just want to. She was like, okay, no problem, I'll support you. She will give me my allowance and all. And when I said I needed a computer, when I just got the job with Trustech, because all this while I was learning to code, I didn't have a computer.
Mm.
I was going to the cyber and using the cyber cafe computer. I didn't have a computer. So, and sometimes I didn't even have money to pay for the internet. So, but I don't know, maybe they just like me and then they'll give me access. Or for some, I propose to help them sell their tickets and run things in the cyber or do some maintenance, and then they'll give me free access. So I learned by going to the cyber and I coded with the cyber's computer, and I was always getting free access from the cyber cafe owners, and in exchange for working for them. So I was like, I'll work, do some work for you here while you give me access to a computer when it's free. My mom, like I said, was very supportive. So when it was time, I told her, listen, I need a computer. She got me a Pentium 2. That was 2005. And also, when I was quitting my job and saying I'm starting a business, I think she gave me like £1 million
Oh.
um, to start the business. So she was my angel investor.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, yeah. Back then, this was 2006. So yeah.
So when you take the £1 million from mom, what's your first big step after doing that? I'm just curious. I'm sure someone listening to this will be curious on how you started to invest the very first cash that you got into the business.
Yeah, the first thing I did was rent an office, 10,000 francs a month. I rented it for 6 months. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Right.
and then I made some tables. I made some tables and chairs. We went to an office that was like a 4 by 3 office space. It was a
Hmm.
small office space at Garden Park. If you know Boya very well, there's a place called Garden Park where they
Yeah.
park cars. And then around the park, there's some rooms. I rented one of them. I think the color was white and green. If you go there today, you'll still see a room by your left in Garden Park that is painted white and green. That is where I started my AfroVisioN Group Limited. Yeah. And so I rented the space, 60K for 6 months. I made some tables. I think I spent like 100K tables and chairs. And then I kept the other money to maybe pay salary to myself and people and to buy certain things I needed, like domain servers, uh, and also then I was doing this project called passgc.com. So I also used
Hmm.
part of the money to buy past questions from the GC board. And when it was time for the GC result, I used part of the money to buy the GC results and publish on my website because that was
Hmm.
my strategy to make the website popular. In 2006, I think I was the first to publish GC results online and had
Hmm.
and within a day everybody in the country knew their results. But I got into some legal issues with the board and they told me to shut down the site because
Is that
it
something
was
you're open to talking about?
uh, well I signed an undertaking with the board that I would not publish the GC results online again
Hmm.
because they were worried that I was like some scammer who is trying to use this to scam people of money. And I was not even thinking of that. But yeah, I mean, that's what happened. But yes, I published the results online in 2006, passgc.com. I had past questions. Students across the country could go on the platform, see questions, comment with answers. And another person from another part of the country could go and see the questions, see answers from students all across the country. It
Hmm.
was like a social network around studying. Yeah, and then I published the results there. It went viral. I mean, the day I published the result, the website was crashing, like was crashing nonstop because I bought a cheap server. Yeah, but yeah, that is where I invested the money for the first year.
Hmm.
And after, yeah, I think I had to shut down the pagec.com and then figure out other ways. I mean, it's crazy because I invested over 600,000 francs into the PassGC project,
Hmm.
including publishing the results. And then I knew that the first year I wouldn't make money just to get popular. From the second year, I knew I would charge people to pay
Yeah.
to access the platform and see their results.
Yeah.
Then I was shut down. I was shut down before I could make the money, so I lost the money. Yeah, yeah, but that's okay. It's business. You live, you
The
learn,
things
you
you're
move on.
saying, the things you're saying is just making me think a lot because so I have something I was telling my junior brothers. I said one thing leads to another in business. And sometimes you just like the example you've just given for the GC project. Sometimes it doesn't work. It doesn't get to the end where you start to make the cash. But I bet that the experience and also even the process of you building that one thing leads up to another in the sense of when you're building something the next time you go, oh, okay, I've done something similar to this. I know some people will talk about sales, they'll talk about the marketing, they'll talk about building systems. What do you think are those core principles that make you successful in your business?
Okay, my secret weapon is that I'm very, very good at talent and recruitment. People don't know this because I don't talk much
Right.
about it. Yes, I learned very, very early on that in tech, tech is a talent industry. I knew that to be excellent in tech, you need to always have a pipeline of tech talent. People see me, they don't know the people behind me. I have weird, smart young guys working for me. One young man, he was 19 years at the time. He rebuilt Njorku.com alone, distributed on 4 servers with the possibility to scale to many servers. He was an university boy at the time and he was in the second year. And he was working for me and he rebuilt it single handedly. I'm saying alone. I didn't touch the code, nobody else. He did all of that alone when he was 19.
Hmm.
I think he's like 24, 25, maybe 26 now. And nobody knows him, but he's still here doing magic. So, yes, I'm saying for my business, if I'm starting any company because I'm in tech, the first thing I invest in is talent, getting the best talent because they are the ones that will build the platforms. And besides, the first versions of the platforms might not be the final version. So you always need these talents that will always be available so that when you get the feedback or you see the issues, they can quickly adjust and update. All my companies is the center of my empire. Everything I do is centered around my ability to identify, recruit, mentor, and manage talent. That is,
I read in a book and someone said it's about who, not how.
yeah, definitely. I mean, whatever you're thinking might fail or might not be the right. Everything you want to do, maybe when we started Buyam or when we started Njorku or when we started AfroVisioN, it was a hypothesis, right? And the hypothesis was I launched a past GC website. Every over 200, 300,000 young people in Cameroon would depend on my website, and I can make 1,000 francs from them every month. Now I built it and launched it, and it was successful. And then it came into legal issues, and then I had to shut it down. But now, if it was not a talent, if I was not all about talent, how would I recover from that? So I had to just turn around to the team and say, you know what, we can build this other thing. We can do this to make money, and we keep going. Yeah, because
Talk to me from the personal perspective because I know that these are some of the things that you hardly share. I wonder if many people will ask you. I would say personally, one of my key things is I have that ability to take stock and like just being really self aware, whether it's from conversations I have with people, whether it's my team. The times I've had a really tough conversation with my team, and I knew in that moment that I was wrong. I go, this might not make them to be productive. And I go back and say, hey, look, I was wrong here. I think that you guys should go and do this the way you said it. What would you think are those traits that make you really resilient and successful in what you're doing?
for starters, I am very, very analytical. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm already analyzing a lot. So it just happens. I could be walking on the street and I'm already analyzing that woman selling corn, that guy pushing the truck. I don't need to think it. It just happens. Sometimes I want to shut it down. I'm very analytical. I'm very, very observant. I observe a lot, which is why I said I observed that most smart people ahead of me in school went to University of Boya and ended up teaching. I could observe how old was I? I was 17 years old. But I observed that and I was like, I don't want to do the same. So I observe a lot of analyzing and deciding things based on data. One thing I hold very dear is my integrity. I cherish my integrity to the point where I care if people think I'm a good person. I want people to see me as a good person. I don't want people to see me as a bad person. So because of my integrity, there are so many things I couldn't do. I hate lies. I hate telling lies. I hate people lying to me. The worst thing you can do to me is tell me a lie, even if it's a white lie. You'll get me so angry, you'll not understand why I'm so angry. But
Hmm.
I actually had to break up with a girlfriend because she lied to me. And it was not even something bad she did, but just because she lied to me, I had to break up. Because I don't know how we cope if we continue and I still think everything you say to me is a lie. It's kind of crazy. I was in Boya, 2006, a young man building websites and stuff. Always in the cyber cafe. If you know Boya in 2006, you'll know that everybody in the cyber cafe was doing something else, not writing code. And I
Yeah.
was there and I didn't join that bandwagon. And a few people I sit in the cyber cafe with for a few days, the next day they come with a big car, maybe a Hummer, or I mean, you see a poor guy that was with me, and the next moment he's buying a big car. Yet I still didn't get into that line of business. That's just because my integrity is dear to me. Some people
Mm.
might call it a weakness or something, but it's something I cherish. I want to be seen as a truthful, integral, good person in whatever I do.
Very good.
And I think the final trait I have is that I'm an empath. Empathy governs me.
Mm.
So most times, most of my business decisions are centered around how to make the lives of the people around me better. Everything I've done. PassGC.com helps students study better using technology and connect with your friends and learn better. AfroVision is all about training young people so that they can get jobs and change their livelihood. Njorku help young people find jobs, help companies hire them. Buyam, now we just launched the reseller program, but Buyam help businesses sell more using the internet because they are not harnessing their full potential. I really
Mm.
want to make a difference, help people. It makes me happy when I know something I built is helping.
Before you continue to watch the rest of this episode, here's what I want you to say.
If I am to rate Smart Club, I'm going to rate it a 9.5 on 10. I'm only taking that 0.5 because perfection leaves no room for development.
He's known for his expertise and innovative problem-solving skills.
Arrey is so practical at what he does.
Hello, this is Flora from the Smart Club.
I joined the Smart Club because I wanted to acquire more skills.
I wanted to acquire more knowledge and skills.
The Smart Club gives you an opportunity to have a one-on-one talk with ARREYB.
It is very innovative.
I have an agile way of thinking now.
We learned a lot, becoming T-shaped, content creation.
These are friends who joined the Smart Club and have been building the skills with us for the last couple of years. Maybe you're asking yourself right now, Arrey, what's Smart Club all about? The Smart Club is my private mentorship club that I built for friends who want to master a high-income digital marketing skill. Whether your goal is to build your personal brand, become a freelancer, or you want to get a job in digital marketing, the Smart Club is the right place for you. Registration has officially opened for the next batch of students. If this sounds like something that you'll be interested in, please don't hesitate to check out the link in the description and join us and build your digital marketing skill.
Talk to me about integrity. Have you had a point where there was a project or something that had to go against your values and you go, I'm not doing that?
Well, of course, there's so many times during my journey where people have come to me when maybe I don't even have 1,000 fans to my name, things are tough, and they just say, you know what, just do this project within 30 minutes, an hour, you get 200,000. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I don't want to. I don't think I'll be able to sleep well at night if I do that. And they'll be like, some of you insult me, like, fool, you're stupid, you crazy. Yeah, and some even and my friends, yeah, I grew up in Boya. I grew up around checkpoint. All these things back in the days, everybody understood that. When I did that, my friend that knew me would come to me and say, Churchill, you know what? You're the one that wants to be poor. Because they told me you rejected that. I was like, okay. But
Mm.
later over time when things started working out, they're like, okay, well, we saw what you were trying to do. Everybody has a part, so not everybody has to go to the dark.
I want to read you something which has been at least trended online. In the last couple of years, you building your journey, you've become an award-winning software engineer, and everybody knows that's the serial entrepreneur in Boya. Also, you built Njorku, which was and you became named in Forbes, and then you built Njorku, which was Africa's job search first job search engine, and you've done all of these things. And the thing I remember is when I posted that, lots of people came and said, "Look, Churchill inspires me. I'm not very sure he knows." And then let me read you what Joel Bruno says. He says, while I was in Burkina Faso, I was watching CRTV and then I saw Churchill. But now the guy has a title, CEO. And then I started thinking to myself, I'm here doing illegal stuff and I'm going nowhere. But that's my man with a CEO title building a business. And then I decided to go back to Cameroon. And without Churchill knowing, he actually played this role in my life. Where I came to Cameroon, I started Zwix, and because Churchill was building Njorku, I also started Zwix. How did you feel when you read that? By the way, what were the emotions the moment you read that morning?
Well, that's another thing about me. I can be I'm too rational. Most of the things I do is all about rational. So I'm not a very emotional person. I can be very emotional. It depends on the situation. It's mostly in very bad situation, like if I see people suffering or poor people, hunger and all that. But other than that, I'm not too emotional. I was happy that Bruno acknowledged that. But Bruno had told me this before. So Bruno was here in Boya with us for a long time. So Bruno had been telling me every time he meets me, he'll be telling everybody. So yeah, it wasn't news to me. But then it also serves as fuel to what I'm doing. I mean, people are always asking me, but Churchill, with all the skills you have, we know what you have been able to do. We know what you're doing. What are you doing in Boya? You know?
Mm.
But it's things like what Bruno said and the people I think I can inspire that keeps me in Boya because I believe I need to serve a purpose and that purpose makes me feel whole. That purpose makes me feel fulfilled.
Mhm.
And I mean, I could go to the US in Silicon Valley, get a product manager job or a software engineering job or an analyst job, and in a couple of years make enough money, build a house, and settle down and all that. I feel fulfilled when I know, the empathy in me feels fulfilled when he knows that what the work I'm doing is changing lives, it's impacting people, it's making a difference, it's giving new rhetoric to our reality. Yeah. So I will keep going as long as I keep inspiring people. So that was just for me was like more validation and more fuel to say church will keep going. So yeah, I'm happy you did that. I'm happy Bruno did that. And I'm also
Mm.
very happy all the other people came and made those comments because that is the currency I really, really deal with. The currency I really,
Mm.
really deal with. It's not France CFA or dollar only, but it's that currency of you know what, this guy inspired me to do this, and they go ahead and also inspire more lives, and
Yeah.
that makes me whole, makes me happy. So yeah, when I saw that, I was happy.
You look at the current tech landscape back then when you started, and if you look at it right now, what has changed?
A lot has changed, my God. When we started, I mean, we were operating. If you could get a deal for 200,000 francs, man, like revenue for a month, 200K, man, that was huge, man. you know. And if I was able to I mean, at some point, I was able to raise $3,000 for my friend Sebastian. It's some guy in Switzerland. He gave me as a loan. Good guy, great guy, very supportive. I told him, you know what, I need to push AfroVision. He gave me 3,000 euros, and I told you bring in a bag. He brought in his wallet. I mean, it was two papers in his wallet. When in Cameroon it was like one point something million. So yeah, back then that's what you could raise. Today people are raising $5, $10 million in tech in Cameroon. Are you kidding me? There's a huge difference. I know guys have raised $5 million, $2 million, $6 million, 10 million here in Cameroon. So back
Mm.
then, how were you going to raise even say $10,000? Who's going to give you that kind of money? But
Yeah.
today people are raising $10 million to invest in tech projects here in Cameroon. That's what has changed. You know, now we can hire people and pay them $1,000 a month. Back then, I couldn't even hire people and pay them successfully 50,000 francs a month.
Mm.
But now I can pay people $1,000 a month without breaking a sweat. Means I was paying people like 50K a month. Even some people I was paying them like 30K a month. I mean back then like 2007, 2008. And some months, the month we end, I have zero francs left in my account. I don't even know I'm going to pay this guy.
Mm.
You know. So it has come a long way. It's come a long way. I mean, tech jobs now, local tech jobs. I'm not talking remote. Afford to pay people $1,000, say 500,000 francs a month before taxes. When before we couldn't even pay people 50,000 francs a month comfortably. So yeah, a lot has changed. I mean, I'm happy with the fact that tech is growing and the industry is booming. Yeah.
Mm. What would you say that if they were to ask you, or if the government or authorities came to you and said, Churchill, what would be your recommendation for us to continue to boost the tech system in Cameroon? What would your answer be?
Categorically, you need to work on your shitty internet. The internet here is zero. It's ironic that I'm using it to talk to you right now, but it's still shit. It gets me scared. I'm nervous when I'm going on client calls. So they need to invest in the infrastructure, especially the internet for starters, and they need to invest in electricity. So
Mm.
yeah, So if they come and ask me, they have been asking me, they have been calling me for conferences, also the BR conference, and they ask me what they're talking about digital economy, how to accelerate. I'm like, you know what? There is no digital economy without good
The
and
basics.
stable internet, high speed, good, stable internet, without electricity, because the internet runs on electronic devices, and electronic devices need electrons to work. Without electrons, they will not work. And if they don't work, you can have the internet, but nobody will be using it. So you need to give them the electrons, which is electricity. I mean, I'm talking about not just the maybe 15 million people in urban Cameroon. I'm talking about the 11 million people in rural Cameroon. Give them electricity and then give them high-speed fiber optic internet, or maybe partner with a satellite broadband provider and make sure everybody can affordably get satellite broadband in their homes. Then you can talk about digital economy, because after you do these first two things, the next thing I recommend you is invest now in skills transfer, knowledge transfer. So maybe bring experts or even get local guys, pay them to go out there and educate people in schools, train them, training. I'm not talking about conferences and noise making. I'm talking about hands-on skill training. So you get someone like me to go out and teach people in various secondary schools how to code or how to launch an internet company. Get Arrey to come and teach people how to start an internet media house, even if it's just a blog, or how to run Facebook campaigns for clients, so that they get the skills. But so number one, give them the infrastructure, electricity.
Yeah.
Number two, give them infrastructure, high-speed internet, affordable internet. I don't know how you want to do it, but figure it out. Then finally, transfer skills to them so that they can use those skills. They can get into agriculture with the skills. They can get into technology with the skills. They can get into transportation, medicine, whatever they want to do. But there is no way you can have a digital economy without the foundation I just mentioned.
Talk to someone who's watching you right now and has always looked up to you. What would you say? Let's say that I'm brand new, I'm trying to start up in tech. I have no idea where to start. What would you say should be my starting point?
Your starting point should be introspection. What do I mean by introspection? You need to look at what you have so that you can use it to get what you need. Again, what do you have? What are your abilities? Were you good with maths? Were you good with literature? Were you good with physics? Were you good with chemistry? What were you good at? So based on what you're good at, you will now be able to know which career path in tech will come easy to you. You still have to do the work, but I mean, anybody can learn anything in tech, but it's easier, especially for someone in Cameroon, to focus on what they were good at in school and then see how they can harness that. For instance, if you're good, the guy that was good with maybe maths, physics kind of stuff, easy. Looking at our local reality, I will encourage you to get into software engineering. So learn coding. Once you learn coding, the basics, you'll be informed enough to know which path to take. If you want to do front end, you want to do back end, you want to do mobile, or you want to do data science, or you want to do just cloud solutions, but you start with the coding. But that's because you have the aptitude to do that. But if you're more of the maybe econs, maths kind of people, then you have other options. Maybe you look at data science too, because statistics is in math. Or you can look at DevOps, because that is something you can easily catch up to. Maybe cloud engineering. Or you can get into the business side of tech. People think tech is just coding. So you can get in the business side of tech, maybe project management, product manager, the person that is the middleman between the consumers or the client and the engineers. You're the product manager. You do the research, you manage the project, you make sure it's done right, you make sure it's launched. So yeah, the field is vast. So what I can encourage people that want to get into tech, you start by introspecting. Look at what you are good at, your aptitude, what you have in terms of your aptitude, and then you use that now to determine what in the many fields in tech you could dive into. But then after you do that, whatever you choose to do, you should know that the most important thing you have to do is to get educated, get the skills. I mean, money will trap you. Within the first 2 months, the way tech is, within the first 2 months, you can start making a lot of money. Don't let that sway you. invest in your art, invest in the skill. Spend at least 9 months to really, really master the skill. Because if you don't master the skill and the money distracts you, down the road, you will
You
find
won't
yourself
go.
wanting. And
Yeah.
yeah. So again, I always said my business is centered around skills. Check it's centered
Mm.
around skills. Get the skills and nobody will take that from you. Till the day you die. The only day you stop making money if you have skills is the day you're dead.
I like how practical you put it. And I would say that even to those who are on the fence, you never really go wrong. Because when you learn something, sometimes you're transitioning into another. But the previous skill you've learned really just helps you explore other things. So I would say that people, especially around the internet, you never really go wrong. You just one thing leads to another, and then you can always transfer those skills. Talk
As
to
long
me
as you
about
have skills, you cannot go wrong. Because
right.
every day we are looking for skills. I'm here looking for sales guys. I'm here looking for marketers. I'm looking. I wouldn't even say marketers. I mean, I don't want to use that word because in Cameroon they make a mistake. They just. I'm looking for marketing people. I don't want to say marketers because here
Mm.
when they say marketers, they mean salespeople.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm looking for
Be a,
marketing people every day. I'm
be
looking for sales people every day. I'm looking for product managers, testers, software engineers every day of my life.
mm,
So anybody that has those skills and is good, you're sure you're going to have a job. So you can't go wrong, like you said. That was just to support what you're saying, Ari.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. What's the story behind Buyam?
Buyam. Buyam means buy it now. So go Buyam. Buyam for market, Buyam for quarter. Buyam for machine mokolo. Buyam sell them. What's the story behind Buyam? Okay. There was this young man I inspired a lot. In
Mm,
2013, I won't say I inspired. He was my mentee. I was mentoring him. He came to me, said, Churchill, I know you're building tech and software and all that. And I'm trying to start this online store where I go to shops, pick up their products, put on my shop with
mhm.
my price. So I go to a shop that has iPhone, so maybe iPhone 4, and maybe their price is 150K, but they are not selling online. So I take their product, I snap the picture, I put that on my website or my online store for
Mhm.
200K. People bargain and I sell to them maybe 170K. Then I go and pick it up and deliver myself. His name is Kevin, by the way. He's my co-founder today. We co-founded Buyam together. So he came to me and told me he's doing that and he wants me to build him a website. And then tell him, guide him on what he could do to succeed. So okay, no problem. I'll build your website myself. You pay me 50,000 francs. He paid me 50,000 francs. This was 2013. And then I built him the website within 2 days. But it was a simple website, a back office where he can log in, upload the products with his price, and then the front end where people can see the products with categories and then click on the product, see the details. But all they had to do was see a phone number to call him to buy.
There's no payment system. Mm.
There was no payment. You have to call him back in and buy. This was 2014. We launched it. And then he pushed this from 0 users to over 18,000 fans on social media. The page is still there, it's high tech. And he would make a sale for an iPhone for a shop in Douala to a client in Garoua. He'll go and pick it up, enter the bus. 2 days later, it's in Garoua. He'll call me, Church, I'm in Garoua. I'm delivering the phone right now. He was a hustler. So he did this from 2014 till about 2019. 2020, 2019, he came to me and said, Church, now the website is working for me, but I want to build a mobile app because everything now is mobile app, mobile app. I said, you know what? I built the website for 50K. But today, if you want me to build a mobile app with my whole team, if I want to just help you, you pay us $2,000, about $1 million. He said, no, he doesn't have $1 million. I said, well, that's the minimum we do for mobile apps today. I mean, we have a lot of work, so we can. And I'm just helping you because that's your price.
Mm.
He said he didn't have the money. I'm like, okay, well, I have to focus on my business. And then too, I just exited Njorku. I just sold Njorku. Because 2019, 2020, I sold Njorku. And after selling Njorku, I just focused on AfroVision. So after I spoke with Kevin, a few days later, I went back to him. I'm like, you know what? How about I build you that mobile app, but you don't have to pay me. We just become partners.
Mm.
But I'm not building the app just for you to use. You will use it, of course. It's going to be an app. It's going to serve the purpose you want. But I'm sure there are so many other people like you that also need this app. So how about I build the app to be a multi-user platform where you have your store on it, but others will have their store, and you can use it. You don't have to pay me, but we become co-founders and we partner. He was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So I told him the first things first. We need to find people. While we are building it for you, we need to find other people that are ready to pay to use this. And we talked to a couple of people. 3 people paid 10K that they want their shops whenever it's ready. That validated the concept. So we took 3 months to build it and launch it. Then we started onboarding shops. So that is the short story behind Buyam.
What are the numbers right now? What does it look like?
Oh, Buyam, we have 6,000 registered shops. This is Boyadwala Yaoundé. We have approved 1,500 of these shops. We are constantly approving. We have a slow process now because we're still learning. We're approving like 10 shops every day, but we have a lot of shops pending. And every day, about 20 new people register to sell. Yeah. We have 100,000 consumers that buy at least something every month on the platform. Now we have like 1,100 resellers. These are the people using Selam, the thing we just launched. So young people in university, they want to be hustlers like Kevin. They set up their shop. They don't have products. We give them discounted products from our shops. They add their price on top, put it on their shop. People contact them, buy from them. They place the order, buy and deliver.
So Buyam delivers, not those who have the shops.
And we learned Selam recently. We've been testing it for a year, but we recently launched it like in August. So with Selam, it's an affiliate marketing program where we get anybody, like a university student or sit-at-home mom or anybody that wants, even somebody having a job, you want a side hustle. I am an affiliate on Buyam. I sell. When people, I've been posting on Facebook, WhatsApp, people think I have a shop. I don't have a physical shop. I have a virtual shop on Buyam. And Buyam has this module or this platform called Selam, where wholesalers and other shops come and put their products so that affiliates like me can help sell it for them to their network. So what happens is you go there, you see products that discounted because the wholesalers know or the wholesale price. The shops also know because they want you to sell and make a margin. They discount it. Buyam now shows you this catalog. On any given day, we have more than 1,000 products that you can sell, and these products expire every 7 days. So every time we have like 1,000 products that they expire every 7 days. So what you do is you go there, see the one that you think your audience will like. You take the product, you add your markup on top. It adds to your Buyam shop. So if somebody goes on Buyam and sees your shop, they will see that you have that product. And then you also take it and click a button and share on your WhatsApp, your Facebook, your Instagram. Now people will see it and contact you. They buy from you, then you go back on the Selam platform. You place an order for them and pay. Buyer will see the order, go to the merchant or wholesaler, pick up the product and deliver.
Wow.
So you sell, Buyam delivers. Then the merchant gets new orders. And you that have a social media audience, you can now monetize the social media audience using Buyam, having a shop on Buyam, Buyam bringing you products from high quality, good quality, verified products from more than 1,500 merchants. And you just have to post, bargain, do the sales. You're just like a sales guy. And once you convert the sale, they pay you, you keep your profit, you place the order on Buyam. Buyam will see the order with the money, Buyam will deliver the product for you and notify you when it's delivered. So a lot of young people, University of Buyam, University of Douala, Yaoundé, they're all picking up on this. But we are taking it slowly because we don't want an overload of orders and then make mistakes because we're observing and learning. So yeah, we are approving resellers slowly. Yeah.
Anyone who is watching this, I think I challenge them for when this is going to be available to the rest of the public. Pick up that thing and go, okay, let me register, pick up that link, join about 50 Facebook groups, and then try to share twice a day to them for the next 1 week and see if you don't make a sale.
They will definitely make a sale. They'll make a sale because I know lots of people that come to me and say, Church, thank you so much. I say, why? I say, no, with the Selam thing, I'm making money, side hustle, and I just sit and all these products come. I don't have to go to all these shops and tell them I want to sell for them. Your team already goes and gets all the products. I just have to sell it, post it with my own profit, make a profit, and then you do the delivery. Personally, I make like 50K every month from the Selam program, and I'm not active on it. I'm just testing it. While testing, I'm making money. So it helps me pay my fuel. It helps me pay for my internet. So yeah.
So at this moment, which of the services would you be pushing more? Is it for people to go and buy on the platform and have a feel of what it looks like? Is it for more vendors to come and register to sell? Or is it for people to start to get into seller?
The non-term metric is to get more resellers because this is the business side of things. The more shops will come and then more buyers will come because the resellers will be pushing. But the truth is, content is king. Arrey, you know this. The power of Buyam is the fact that we have a variety of products from 1,500 vendors. But now, once we get it to 50,000, 100,000 vendors uploading at least 20 products every month, in essence, we become like a Google, mini Google for shopping in Cameroon, where you know that if you're looking for any product, you go there to find it. So our long-term overall power lies in having every shop in Cameroon on the platform and all their products on the platform. Because once we have that, we have successfully crawled and aggregated the real world into a digital world where anybody now you don't need to go anymore to Douala to look for that headphone, or you don't need to go to Marché Congo in Douala to look for those sneakers. You don't need to go to Mokolo to look for those shoes. You just need to take your phone, connect on the virtual market, virtual representation of Cameroonian shops, and you just say nice shoes, and you just see shoes pop up. And then now if we add a bit of machine learning and artificial intelligence, we might just show you the shoes that you most probably want without you even searching once you just launch the app. The business side of things, we need to get more resellers. So for the overall strength of the platform, we need to get more vendors and all of them uploading their products on the platform. This will pull everybody. As I can say right now, we have the largest index of these shops in Cameroon, and we have the largest database of products that these shops are selling in Cameroon. But we need to keep going because I ask you what is the power of Google? Is the data they have from the various websites. They have the biggest index of websites. What is the power of Facebook? They have the biggest index of social interaction. Once you have that kind of data and you can add virality to it, everybody depends on you for it. In the short term, the businessman says we should get more resellers, empower them to make more money. But in the long term, the tech guy, the tech visionary founder, is saying we need to get every shop in the country online and upload all their products so that when you go there, you have so much value when you just search for anything and we'll just show you what you're looking for. You easily tell your friends, you know what, just check on Buyam. There's a shop somewhere that has the product you're looking for. And the best prices and the discounted prices and all of that. Yeah.
So users can pay with mobile money, whatever, cards, whatever.
You can pay how you want, but resellers pay with mobile money. Those who are buying directly from resellers or from shops, they can pay cash. You can chat with the shop, make a call, see the product, go to the shop, pay and collect it. Then you might be asking them, what's Buyam purpose? Buyam purpose is that it will save you time. You might not know the shop that has it, but there could be a shop around you that has it. So once you search, you find it. You can see many shops, you talk to all of them, get the best deal while you're home. Once you get the best deal, and if you're still scared of e-commerce, you can drive, climb on a bike, take a taxi, walk, go to the shop, pay and collect it and go back. You don't have to go to this shop and check, that shop and check, this shop and check. And over time, once you do that once, twice, thrice, and you always get good product, I bet you will not need to leave your house. You just be like, you know what, I'll pay with Momo, you deliver to me. And then Buy will make sure the delivery is done.
For those who are watching this, we're going to drop links down below so they could check it out. But to those watching this, what would you say if someone who has never heard of Buyam and they want to start using the platform? What should be their starting point?
The start should just go to Play Store and App Store and search for Buyam. That's Buyam. Install it and then just get a feel of the platform. See the shops that are on it, see the products they're selling. And if they want to sell, there's a button on the home screen that they'll click on it and register because we have to verify them. We have to verify their phone number, we have to verify their ID cards, we have to verify their location before they can sell on Buyam. Get a feel of it, see all the 1,500 shops on the platform, see all the over 50,000 products and services that these people are offering. Even talk to some of these vendors because on the platform you chat to buy. It's conversational comments. which is what Africa, 80% of Africa is used to.
Right. Check it out myself. I'm signing up.
Yeah, Arrey, for you, since you're in the UK, we've been inspired. We are doing some R&D where instead of remittances to Cameroon, why not just buy things in shops in Cameroon and have it delivered to loved ones back home?
Yep.
So we are researching that and we're seeing if we can work on it. But well, we hope it will be a good business. If it's a good business, we might launch it next year. And when I launch it, I'll definitely tell you so that
Right.
you can always go there and maybe buy me something. I don't know.
I will, for sure.
And then you have it delivered to me in the office.
Yeah, and true. To be honest, sometimes I have marketing clients and I like to send stuff to them, but I never really get. So is this lady I used to use? She would always you can pay her like 15, 20,000. She'll get a little customized thing and then go and drop it. Maybe add about 10,000. Sometimes it's really tough. You want to get a gift for a client or for someone, and you're like, okay, who should I use? And now she no longer does the business.
So I'll tell you what, install the Buyam app after this and go there. You'll see real shops. These are real shops. You can chat with them and you can ask them if they can do whatever. Just search for what you're looking for. Maybe concierge or gifts. You'll see providers. And you can say concierge gifts, ask them if they deliver in Buyam or if wherever the person is. It's harder because you have to talk to so many people today. We want to streamline it so that you don't have to talk to anybody. You just need this service. I need this service. I need that service. I pay with my card and say, delivered here. This is the number. Goodbye. And the next day, Buyam says, was delivered.
Actually, that reminds me. I saw you put up a post and said it is a million francs giveaway or something.
It's not a giveaway. No, I don't like giveaways. I hate giveaways. I don't like giveaways. I want people to be hardworking. I don't want people taking handouts. So yeah, we are thinking about doing a lot of contests around Buyam. So we want to launch a business competition through Buyam, where the best performing online business on Buyam that enters the contest within a month will win £1 million. It's still something we're thinking of. It's just to be able to encourage people to get digital and push and innovate, and then it's also good marketing for Buyam. So yeah.
Right. What I thought about was I was just thinking when I saw it, I thought to myself, I was like, how about put 500 francs in a campaign, launch a free event, which by the way, you are very passionate about sharing and helping people, and you go, hey, I'm going to teach you how to start up in tech. When you launch a free event, it's free to register, just show up. And by the way, at the event, we're going to be sharing some stuff and also showing you about the contest which we're coming up with, and the winning person is going to go with £1 million. But the event, you take 30, 45 minutes. I'm sure there are people who would literally kill just to have a word with you, have you answer some of their questions. And let's say that 500 to 1,000 people. Definitely, if we put 500,000 into the budget, reach out to some bloggers, maybe use whatever means, we'll probably get anywhere between 500 to 1,000 people in there. And with my numbers, sometimes you get 500 people register and then you get 40 to 50% show up rate. Sometimes it's 30, depends on how you follow them up. Yeah, so if we get 1,000, usually if I'm running an online event and I get it, yeah, so that'll be like 500. But here's the thing, we've got emails to follow up. We've got many more people who are now in the database that you can start to chase up. Even if they don't attend, we'll go, hey, you missed out on this yesterday, but let me just let you know, here's what we talked about. Here's some gifts. Here's some nuggets from the presentation, but also this is how you can join the contest. Go here, go and read about it. So we've now had their emails, or we've had their contacts that we can follow up. So when I saw that was my thinking. And I think even if the team was putting 500,000 into that would definitely be a space for you, not just to inspire people, by the way, with what you've always hoped to do. The people who have always hoped to ask you their questions, there are people like us who are running businesses. Some of us want to ask like more nitty-gritty questions, and we don't know how to reach out to you. But yes, we can show up there, reach out, get you to answer some of those questions for 45 minutes, and then use the last 30 minutes and go, hey, this is what we're working on. And I think that would go. That was my thought. I think that would go really well.
Okay, great. Yeah. So ArreyB, I'm a very practical guy. So why don't Buyam partner with ArreyB Media to make that happen? As simple as that.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll make it work. We'll try to go with it. We'll try to go for 1,000 registrations. That'll be our target.
Well, we can do Boya, Douala, Yaoundé. This is our focus. We can do Boya, see how it goes. Douala, see how it goes. Do Yaoundé. Don't worry about it.
Well, like since it's online, we can.
You want to do it online? I was thinking physical, like.
You want us to do it physical? Wow.
I'm thinking Cameroonians, they will say, I don't have internet. Oh, my phone is disturbing.
So I was thinking on the online side of things.
It's fine. Let me not corrupt your thoughts. If you are the expert, If you think online is what will work, let's do online.
Boya Douala Yaoundé, yes.
We can do
Yeah.
online Buyam Douala Yaoundé. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Yeah.
I'll get 1,000 registrations for sure.
I mean, I don't know. I'm no expert in that. I know how it works, but you are the expert. So give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. I trust you can do it. So let's make it happen.
Right. And for those who are going to watch this podcast, so what I would do before I release this is I'm going to put a waiting list down below so that they can at least show their interest and start to join. But yes, for sure, we're working on this. And if someone was watching you, I want to thank you first of all. I think that this was really insightful. You were saying some things, and I was just thinking in my mind, I was like, oh my God, now I'm getting a more inside perspective. So I think this was really inspiring to me as well. So I want to thank you. But to those who are watching you, what would be your last word to a young Cameroonian, to a young African who is trying to make their way right?
There's something that I wake up to every morning. It's in my Google Calendar. The trick I did was at 7 a.m., I put an event that repeats every day, and then my phone notifies me of the event. The event reads, there is always a way forward. Find it. So what I'll tell everyone is, guys, there is always a way forward. Find it. Yeah.
The final question we always ask every guest on the podcast is, when all is said and done, how do you want to be remembered as Churchill?
You know, I want to be remembered as a guy that impacted a lot of lives and livelihoods with technology, like helping people get skills, getting jobs, starting their own businesses, either directly or indirectly, either inspiring them or training them directly or showing them the way. I want to remember as that guy that helped so many Africans in particular to be able to change their livelihoods by harnessing the power of technology and the internet. Yeah.
All right, Churchill, I want to really thank you for making time for this. I really do appreciate. I've been following you from afar, right from Boya. I think I met you once. Yeah, but we just had like
we met. It was the time we met. It's a long time ago. You can't remember, but when you were still around, we met at some events. Not once. We met at a couple of events. Right, then you were still very slim, and I think maybe the poverty period.
But yes, I've always from afar always wanted to really have a conversation and always just appreciated what you do. Plus, when I heard other people talk about it, I was like, oh, okay, now so the feeling is mutual. It's not just me really appreciating and looking at this person like an OG in the game. But it felt really nice that, and I told one of my friends, I said, I really loved it that you as an OG started to, well, not started, but what you received more of those credits for the things that you had been doing. Even Otto Akama, most of these other people, those are people that we've always just looked up to. And I want to appreciate you guys. Sometimes the thing is, you're running your journey on your own lane, just doing your own thing, but you never really know that just what you're doing inspires thousands of people out there. And I'm sure I speak for thousands when I say that you've inspired most of us out there. So thank you for doing this, and I really do appreciate it. And to those who are watching this, we're definitely going to urge them to check out the description so that they can have helpful links. Thank you, boss. I do appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me. Keep doing what you're doing. And please, we have work to do with Buyam, Arrey.
Yes.
I still challenge you, the partnership. We have to see how to maybe train people, like you said. And yeah, Buyam is ready to sponsor that. Yeah. So let's do it.
Right.
If you just enjoyed this episode, the chances are that you're going to enjoy other amazing episodes that we've recorded, so you can check that out somewhere around this video. Before you go, please make sure you check our 3 boxes. First things first, please make sure to hit the subscribe or the follow button down below, because the more we grow, the bigger guests we can approach on this platform and the more value we can bring to you here on the podcast. Second, a lot of friends always reach out to me and say something like, hey Arrey, I really did enjoy this particular segment of this episode. Pick up your phone and send this to a friend and say, hey, check this out between 10 to 15 minutes. There's something very important I'd love you to see. Number 3, please make sure to check out the links in the description for very helpful resources. You're going to find the link to join the Smart Club, which is my private mentorship club for friends who want to learn and master a high-income digital marketing skill. Whether your goal is to build your personal brand, become a freelancer, or get a job in digital marketing, the Smart Club is going to be the right place for you. So before you go, please make sure to tick those 3 boxes. Like I always say, my friends, cheers to many more years of shamelessly living and crazily excelling in passion and purpose. And I'll speak to you in the next episode.